Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich buses today. A single from only £1.20, a return from only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talk in Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Ipswich Buses pre-game show. Sadly, I did not make Portman Road. Life got in the way. My other half, my wife, is still not very well, so I am here in the studio trying to bring you the best show we can bring you, and hopefully looking for football, as I know many of us do, as a way out of life's stresses. So can Town deliver tonight? I've got that excitement in the pit of my stomach. 33 games played so far. This is game number 34. We are now approaching the business end of the season. Exciting stuff. We've got Roy Clark. Welcome in. Rob says Cheltenham missing a few. Can only name 5 subs. Hey, they could name 100 subs. This is Cheltenham Ipswich Town Football Club. This has got to be the night where we start laying down some markers, in my opinion. Welcome in, Tractor Boy Botswana, who's very tired. We'll try and get you through. It's Jules, YouTube member. Thank you for being a member, my brother. Thank you. Welcome into your show. Yes, nobody. Carroll starting. I hope he silences the critics with 3 assists. Nobody. That would be absolutely beautiful. It really would. But yes, Rob Smith right underneath. Shame about Lee Evans. Let me know where you're watching the show from. Let me know if you're at the ground. Let me know if you're on the way to the ground, at home, etc. Let's bring in my friend and contributor for the evening. It is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. Stephen Thompson, how are you?
I'm not too bad. Yourself?
Another fine retro shirt there. What year is that from?
27. Can you class it as retro? 2017?
I don't know. You say, yeah. I thought it actually from looking at you now like that, where you got you closer to the camera, it looked a little bit like the TXU Energy.
Yeah.
Early 03, 4.
The early noughties. Yeah. 2017. I'll always remember the shirt fondly. For me, this is one of my favourites. We had a great team that year as well.
We did a really great team. Got Ben Hobbs with the Selena Masterclass. Good evening, Mike D. Manalos, come on, you Blues. And 2 number 10s behind Kaden Jackson and Lee. Yeah, so do I, Lee. Yes, so do I. Can't be missing Portman Road too much longer. Get me back to church, please. Before we go any further, I should just say, actually, we do have a prediction league. It is in operation. These games tonight aren't on it, but one is on a Friday night, which is why I mention it. I don't normally mention it on a match day ticket show, but I thought as it's a Friday night, I probably should. That is, of course, Norwich versus Southampton. And the other 4 are Oxford, Cambridge. Big game for us, that one. Colchester, Oldham, and Morecambe versus Ipswich. Link is in the chat. Right, Mr. Thompson. Neil is actually at the game tonight. So just me and you. First of all, first things first, what is in that fine pint glass of yours?
It's a beer I've not had before, and I saw it in Asda yesterday, a fine establishment. Base, it's called. And being a bass player, I thought, it's meant to be, and it's very nice.
Absolutely. Is it? Lovely. We've got James Biggs, welcome in all the way from Turkey. Love it. Let us know what's the temperature currently where you are, James, because hopefully tonight, Selena, Jackson, and Chaplin are about to ramp it up. And set the place ablaze. Fleetwood Wednesday is off. It certainly is. So a good night to put ourselves into the minds of Wednesday. I do fear, Steve, that Wednesday game is the game that could really cost us, because that gave them 3 points and left us where we are.
Yeah, that was. It's always one of the things, isn't it? Looking back in hindsight, sort of a what if moment.
A big what if moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it will end up costing us as such. Then we just need to keep it together now. There's plenty of potential banana skins, I think, coming up. Included.
No, there absolutely is. refresh ourselves of that League One table before we go any further. Obviously, Sunderland, Wickham, and Wednesday all on 55. So I say if that had been a point, that had been 54 and 52, which would have been a little bit better. But as it was, we're still there. We're hanging. Oxford on 56. That's who I'm targeting. That's who I'm chasing down. I think they have Crew tonight. Maybe Raheem. Yes, they do. Recruit. Maybe Raheem Harper can come up good tonight. Wickham. They have Wigan at home. That could be a great night, Steve, because come 9:30, we could be right on the doorstep of the playoff places.
Yeah, we would literally 1 point off, couldn't we? So this could be the bit of a I don't want to say catalyst. I think we've already had a bit of a catalyst, but this could be maybe a nice bit of progression. So
it could be. It's a good chance, as I said at the start of the show, to lay down that marker. We've got Kevin Hurst. Thank you very much for your well wishes. Paul Caulfield watching in Rochester. Welcome in, Paul. They are missing Atete from Spurs. Big blow for them. Marcus Biscuit. We have to do our bit. We absolutely have to do our bit. So let's first of all, what are you expecting from tonight, Steve?
I'm expecting a victory. That's probably where it's all going to go wrong. No, in Ipswich. No, I think victory would be nice. 2-3 goals would be nice. I'd love to see Selena get another 1 or 2 as well. And Jackson follow up that performance from Saturday. Another goal for him, I think, would be brilliant.
Absolutely, yeah. Looking forward to that. Right, here at Talking Town, we do like to try and be at the forefront of trying new things, leading the way. So we're also going to go on to Twitter Spaces at the same time as we broadcast to you now. This might not work. This might absolutely just fall flat on its face, Steve. But I'm going to press the button that says start now. And here we go. I think we're in. Let me just take the microphone off.
What do I need to do?
I think we are in. Yeah, I think if you try and go to Talking Town on social media, you should be able to find us. I will share it with a tweet as well. Let me know if you can, if you can find us, because this is a new, as I say, we're breaking boundaries here. I'm going to try and add you as a co-host, Tomo. Otherwise, you can't talk.
I'm a listener.
But talk to me on Kaden Jackson, please. What do you expect from him? Because Saturday was a great game for Kaden. So what do you expect from him tonight?
More of the same, to be honest, because he started off really brightly in the last game. He got a goal, 2 assists. I'd like to see more of the same. If he can get another goal, another assist, it'd be brilliant. I think he silenced a lot of people because it was a bit of a shock seeing him on the bench, on the starting 11. It's been a shock really to see him come back in from the cold. So it'd be nice for him to keep up that decent run of form. I think his pace, he's finally being utilised properly, and I think it was great when he said he feels like a footballer again, because that's just so much better than just I'm accepting I should be now.
Here we go. Look, we're breaking boundaries. Steve, you now should be as a co-host. Absolutely beautiful. Right.
There we go. Cool.
There you go.
He's been saying that he's feeling more like a footballer again, and it's brilliant. We finally got the third manager, fourth manager that Jackson's played for at Town, and he's finally being used properly, and he looks solid. He looks decent.
He does. He's suddenly coming into his own, which is something I'm quite enjoying, because as somebody who's, I'm not going to lie, in the summer when we extended his contract, I was a bit, what the hell are we doing? But over the course of the season, I've really wanted him to do well, because I think his attitude has obviously been spot on to get him back to where he was as good Saturday. And maybe a large part of that was Joe Pigott. Talk to me, because Joe Pigott doesn't start tonight. It's 2 behind 1. Are you surprised?
A little bit, yeah. I think just going back to the Jackson thing, I was really surprised when they extended his contract. Very surprised he didn't leave in the summer. Very surprised he didn't leave in January. I thought he'd be sort of one of the first ones out the door. We're going to mute that. There we go. So it's great to see him come back out of nowhere and really sort of give the likes of Bond and Pigott a run for their money. Bond's obviously on a bit of a poor spell at the minute. Pigott's never really set the world alight with us, so Jackson's taken the opportunity and he's really used it well. And he deserves that starting spot. And he seemed to work quite well with Pigott. I think those two, they're quite different, but they work well together.
They do, yes, they do. And hopefully tonight we don't we don't lose a bit of what we had from Kaden on Saturday because Joe's not playing. I am apparently Mike D can only hear Steve on Spaces, not the Gov. Well, I'm trying. It says you should be able to hear me, but this is it. We are breaking boundaries. We are trialing new stuff. We can only trial this live. That's the really sort of annoying thing.
We'll do it live.
Try. Yeah. Well, this is it. You've got to just do it as it is, but hopefully you can hear me now. If not, I will try and get better. Stephen Parry, these two had to pay to get up and join the forward anyway, so an instant can be a 3 up top. Nobody with Selena, Chaplin, and KJ running at them. I'm predicting a penalty. Predicting a penalty, Steve. Do you predict a penalty tonight? We've not really had many penalties, have we?
No, they've not really gone in our favour. But these three are going to terrorise the Cheltenham defence. They really are. I mean, Jackson is just lightning fast. Chaplin, he's been brilliant this season. We know what Selena can do. So their defence have got a tough 90 minutes ahead of them, especially on the run of form that people like Jackson and Chaplin are on.
Yes, you certainly would hope so, wouldn't you? That they have that tough. With noise coming from your mic, Glove, Steve's like he's talking to himself. Wow, I don't know.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Well, this is it, isn't it? But hey, we're learning. I will. Not sure why. It says mic is on. Then when I mute it, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, Steve, you are the main man anyway, so let's just go with that. Where were we? Right. Yes, Cheltenham. It's hard to really question McKenna because everything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. There's always. He'll focus on one match, and as soon as that final whistle blows, it's a bang, his mind has switched to the next one. And he seems to have a plan worked out almost instantaneously. I love his approach. It's so good. I mean, we've had squad rotation with the likes of Paul Lambert before and Cook as well. They just couldn't figure out their best 11. The squad rotation with McKenna feels different because it feels like people are played in the spaces they should be played in 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
and it feels like he's actually getting the best out of the players. Like we've seen, Hurst signed Jackson, struggled to get the best out of him. Lambert struggled, banished him. Cook struggled. Well, I don't even know if he played much under Cook, to be honest. McKenna is getting a tune out of all of our players. And in the past, when I was usually questioning, the amount of squad rotation we were doing, this time it's just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Like you've got people like Aluko dropping to the bench. Obviously, Lee Evans is out, but look at the squad we've still got.
Yeah, that's a big blow, though, isn't it? Lee Evans being injured. That's a big blow.
Evans and Morsey as a midfield engine were absolutely fantastic. Hopefully he won't be out for too long. And hopefully Carroll can sort of prove himself. But the people around them, they're still solid. You've still got like the likes of Thompson, who's been getting better and better. Selena, obviously, Chaplin. Yeah, they're all brilliant. So I've got nothing to complain about, to be honest. I just hope that Evans isn't out for too long.
It's what we've been saying on every single show recently. It's a really weird time. And I was saying this to the local media for Morecambe because I was doing some of the media today for the Morecambe game. And I think some of it's being played tonight on the radio, not Suffolk. I was saying it's really strange because as a fan, particularly town fans, we're used to questioning our managers. We're used to our managers not being particularly tactically great, a bit naive at times. Everything McKenna touches turns to gold at the moment. And when you have that as a manager, it's really tough to be anything but positive. Like tonight, you don't look at the team and say, "Oh my God, he's taken Joe Pigott out. Pigott and Jackson worked really well." And even if you turned up tonight and found Jackson on the bench, you still, I believe, would have had that confidence. This is a man that's just in perfect control, and has evidently got a plan.
He has an answer for everything, it seems.
Well, it does. And I know it's not tonight, but obviously Saturday's opponents, Morecambe, they now have no manager. And the chap was asking me how I think that will fare. How do you think that will fare? Because in a way, that works against us because you don't actually know how Morecambe are going to play. And you don't know if the analytical data you've got on Morecambe now is basically just out of the window.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because you always think, okay, a team with no manager is instantly weaker. But if you spend so much time watching them playing that way under the manager, will they play the same with an interim manager or a caretaker? Who knows? But it could be a tricky one. I mean, did we draw against them earlier in the season or lose? I can't remember.
We Morecambe.
Yeah.
2-2 opening day of the season. 2-2. Cheltenham, we got beat.
Oh, it was Cheltenham. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had that long throw, but they lost him like 2 or 3 days afterwards, which kind of made me laugh. Matthew Leggett, is Norwood injured? No, I think he's on the bench. Actually, I've not looked at the bench.
He's not even on the bench.
No, he's not. Perhaps he is. Good pick up there, Matthew. Stephen, where he picks, I trust. If I don't work, I'll still trust it. Amy, it's hard to have an opinion either way on his choices. You just kind of trust he knows what he's doing. How refreshing. Yes, we don't just trust it. We kind of believe in it, don't we, Steve? Like before, you'd go, well, you got to trust that. He sees him every week in training. You got to trust that. This is actually different. This is a real confidence that he knows what he's doing. Yeah,
this is it. Because if Lambert or Cook had picked Jackson starting for a couple of games in a row, you think, oh, well, okay, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. There's got to be a reason. But this time, I actually believe it. I believe that he is getting the best out of Jackson on the training ground. I believe that Jackson is performing to what he can do, and he is performing better than ever.
He really is.
So there's no real question, really. It's, you see these team changes, and it's not just like, well, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He obviously does. To face different opponents, and I believe it. I mean, the only sort of solid ones right now are the back four. Obviously with Edmondson, Wolfie, Danassian, and Walton. Everyone else can sort of chop and change, but there's never a sort of a doubt, or there's never a question really. It's just okay, that's fine.
Absolutely, I completely. Yeah, and I'm the same. Looking at midfield, what do you want from Tom Carroll tonight?
I don't know really. I mean, just a nice solid game. Hopefully, he can work well with Morsey. I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one. He's got big boots to fill because Morsey and Evans work so well together. A nice solid game from him. It would help obviously to keep a clean sheet. It'd be nice if he can do what Evans has been doing, sort of allowing Morsey to get more up the field, and he can just sort of hold back a little bit. That'd be quite nice. But yeah, we'll certainly see.
We absolutely will. In many ways, I do want. Obviously, I want a big performance from him because he's playing in the blue and white. But it would also be refreshingly nice, as somebody said earlier in the chat, if he actually did shut a few people up. Because I think there's a player in there. It's just really difficult sort of finding it. You know what I mean? Like there's so many options, isn't there?
That's it. And then you get 1 or 2 quiet games and you're sort of quickly forgotten about with this squad because you think, Morsey had a great game here. Evans did this. Selena's done that. And if you have a quiet game, you don't really put much into it, then you are going to get forgotten. Chances are you're going to get left on the bench or not even in the starting 11 or starting in the 18. And you're going to get left behind and forgotten about, and the fans will not really remember what you can do. So it'd be nice to see him sort of put his name on the shirt a little bit, I suppose, and put in a case to keep it when Lee Evans is back fit.
Yeah, right. I'm going to end the Twitter space because I think I've got enough there now to listen back to see how it went, what needs to be improved, how I need to change it. So thank you for everybody who listened on the Twitter space. Thank you for everybody who joined us. I will review that if you like to find out because it might be something that we want to add. Because if it's easier for the guys and girls at the stadium, Steve, to join us, it's something that we should definitely look into. We always try and be the front runners in most things. We're first sort of real live. Kieran Bain, McKenna at the wheel, Boys in Blue, Winter Night, Sega Zombie. We can all trust in McKenna. We haven't had that in the manager since Joe Royal. Lee Bellis. If we play to our strengths, then we should pick up 6 points these 2 games. Norman Greenwald. McKenna has made some interesting comments about Jackson. You get the sense McKenna likes strikers with pace that can look absolutely. That goes under the radar a little bit, doesn't it, Steve? That Kaden Jackson is a real assist machine. He can deliver a decent ball.
He can. We're quite fortunate with that. We've got Wes Burns. He's good at the assists. Jackson, he's been good at the assists as well. Jackson's got the pace as well. And he's been utilising that really well. I mean, Jackson's always had this pace, but there's times where it's just come and gone and it's never been used. But McKenna's using it really well. Don't know what he's giving him at the training ground, but it's working.
Absolutely. Kieran Baines, I wouldn't want to draw. If we want to go up, we must keep momentum and keep winning. Absolutely, Kieran. I was saying this at dinner to my wife, who ain't very well, so she had to listen. There's 2 sets of fans in this world. I'm one set where it's like, we're Ipswich Town. This is our level of standard of quality. Tonight must be a win. There's the other set that will say, oh, but football's not like that. You must respect Cheltenham. It's not the fact I don't respect Cheltenham. It's the fact that if Man City played Barnsley, they'd win 3-0. They've got a standard. It's a quality standard. I'm keeping that. Cheltenham might be a great team in their own right, in their own way, compared to a Morecambe. Ipswich fucking Town Football Club wanting to achieve promotion. If that's going to happen tonight, Steve, it needs to be Ipswich Town played 34, 54 points come the full-time show. Has to be. For sure. Has to be.
the teams we've got coming up, yeah, like you say, it's not that we don't respect them, because you've got to have respect for every team you play. We've made that mistake before, and look where it's got us in the past. But yeah, we can't, like this time of the season anyway. I want us to win every single game we play. I'm disappointed if we get a draw. I want the 3 points all the time, but it's not going to happen every time. But yeah, we need to keep winning. We need to win, no matter if we're playing the bottom team,
go
the top
with
team.
the mentality that it should happen, and when it doesn't,
Yeah.
that's when you have the inquest. That's when you say, okay, why did if Man City turn up the Barnsley and want to win 3-0 but won 2-0, there would be questions of we weren't quite at it as we should be against the team that's fighting relegation in the Championship. What's gone on here? Nobody says their 5-5 was anti-football from both teams. It was anti-defending. Nobody. But I've seen the goals. As an ex-centre half, I was holding my head in my hands. I was so distraught. It was. I mean, the first goal from Cheltenham, they scored it, Steve. Flipping heck.
Oh, really?
2 Wycombe defenders tackle each other, and the bloke plays a lovely assist for the Cheltenham. Be fair, lovely finish, lovely lofted finish over the Stockdale. But crumbs, flipping egg. Lee Brace, 3 draws in the season, the rest all wins. Rob Smith, their centre half, looks very slow. We'll get after him, Kaden. Right. Bold prediction time. What is it going to be tonight, ladies and gentlemen, before I go and pay for my iFollow? Are we going to win, Mr. Thompson?
We're going to win. It's going to be 3-0. Jackson and 2 from Selena. Why not?
Jackson and 2 from Selena. Do you know what? I'd love that. I really would, because I could sit here that full time and go, Selena! I
was going to say, the entire Portman Road singing that. Brilliant.
I did a later than normal fans react show on Saturday, and I was actually singing. And people were concerned I'd been heavily drinking. Can you believe?
Yeah.
I hadn't. It was happy. They don't normally get that from me, you see. We've had 21 likes. We've got 102 people watching us now. If we can get to 40 likes before 1944, we'll do a halftime show. So 20 more people need to like the show if you want us back at halftime. Chris Boyd, Nord having a night off. We're not quite sure, Chris. Maybe injured. We know Evans, sadly, is injured. Rob Smith's about a centre half. 2-0 from Rob. 4-0 says nobody. Cigars on by 80 minutes. Roy Clark says 2-1. Amy says 4-0. Curtis missed the show, but they're at halftime. Good man. If you need a third member, let me know. Curtis, you might find a link coming your way a little bit, my man, because Neil has gone to the fucking game. What? Who does that, Steve? Who does
know, right? Like, it's like he wants to see his team play live. Come on.
I know. Neil's so unpredictable. If I was going to go tonight, you can bet your bottom dollar he'd have been away. Because I'm doing it from home. He's doing it.
Absolutely, it's always the way. Whatever you're doing, he's doing the opposite.
Oh, I know. Supposed to be his best man at his wedding. If I turn up, well, he won't. I'm joking. Yeah, absolutely, Curtis. We'll get you involved. 2-0 says Lee Bayliss. We are currently on 42 likes. Boom. You see, you can do it. It only takes a minute, girl. So click that like button. See, I'm singing already. I'm in a good mood. I fancy it tonight, Steve. I really fancy it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a good one. Like someone said earlier, we can just out-football them tonight. We're a very different team. So,
well, this is it. I was talking to the Morecambe guys. I said you could get the ball off us first. We are dominant with that football. We treat it like a loved one. We don't want to let it go.
You've seen the possession recently. It's been crazy.
Oh, but it's possession with meaning. That's the real key behind it. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's not just the old Lambert days, keeping the ball at the back and hoofing it around between defenders.
Yeah, easy, fella. I didn't want to say names. Come on, don't be going.
It's got to be said. You know, it's like, we had 70% possession. Yeah, but that was between like Luke Chambers hoofing it to and from his defenders. Oh God, there it is.
Not having it, son. Not having it. This man, he went through a lot to get us through. I mean, to be fair, the previous ownership, that was fucking enough. I mean, I feel sorry for the bloke. Let's hope we're. Christ alive, if I'm dancing at full time, Lee, my disability blue badge, my jeopardy.
Don't let him see that.
Absolutely, no, I'm joking. I'd love to have a little bit of a boogie. Mike D, Northampton Town vibes. I don't think it would be though. Get that crap off, Stephen. Stop blaspheming about the king. Right, 1940. We've got the light target. We're back at half time. Then, of course, full time fans react. Full time show. Get involved. Live link. We'll try and make Twitter Spaces work. While watching the game, I'll review the recording, see what went down. I'd love to add it to the repertoire, Steve, but it's really quite a crap thing, if I'm honest,
Yeah.
because you got to do it through your phone. You can't do it through the computer like you can do 99% of things. It's really quite a flipping annoying. But I could hear you all right, so I know we could hear you. It's whether they could hear my lovely tone. Right, we're done. We're dusted. Steve, I'll see you at half time. Might have Curtis on as well. All right, until half time. Hopefully, we'll join you with a 3-0 up with love, with care. Here we go.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding us back now.